What a spectacular night in Oklahoma City. What a spectacular first 2 days of this World Series. James Madison 3 outs away from a 2-0 start as an unseeded team in OKC. And it all rests on the shoulders of Odicci Alexander and her defense now. Facing 6, 7, and 8 in the Oklahoma State lineup. Carly Petty to kick it off. Strike one on pitch number 78. Petty singled in the second, struck out swinging in the fifth. Oklahoma State has just 3 hits, 2 walks against Odicci Alexander. In the air left side, Gordon at the wall, and it's off for glove. It's a foul ball. A foul ball for strike 2. Petty just kept running to third, might as well, but it is a foul ball signaled by the third base umpire, Leah Dame.
Thought this one had a chance to get out of here. And look at Kate Gordon just track this ball down right into the fence. I thought she was going to catch it. She was on it.
Lauren Laporte came out to see if Kate Gordon needed any help, and Kate said she's okay.
Clearly foul. Yeah.
Jinx, heal me a soda. Only 2 strikeouts for Odicci tonight, and she hits Petty in the helmet. On an 0-2 pitch, Petty is plunked, and the tying run is at first.
It's a tough mistake. It's a change-up she held on to, and Petty gets hit in her shoulder and face mask.
Dead ball.
Well, we saw Carly Petty get hit actually in the face in the field a few weeks ago in Bedlam. Had to have 5 stitches put in, so this is nothing for her. A tough kid. She's at first. Batter is Reagan Wright, and Kenny Gajewski is going to call timeout and get his team together. So you have some options here if you're Oklahoma State. Could pinch run for Petty. Could bunt for Wright, but then you'd be getting to the 8 and 9 hitters. And we'll see how Kenny Gajewski plays this down a run with nobody out in the 7th. How would you?
Oh, this is such a tough decision here because of the fact, too, that Reagan Wright got a single on her last at bat. Oh. I think I would maybe use a pinch hitter here as he goes to his lineup card. What we all expected.
So you just do whatever Kenny does, huh? Kenny says, I'm jumping off the bleachers. You jump off the bleachers.
Actually going to be a pinch runner here, but I try to lay down a bunt here, sacrifice, yeah.
That would bring Hobson to the plate, who was lined out hard, hit a sacrifice tonight. Had a couple of big hits of late, Avery Hobson. And that pinch runner will be Scotland David. Now, David is 8 for 9 as a base stealer this year.
I think, too, David really got to look for an off-speed pitch in the dirt. Pitch that Alexander has been leaning on and at times has thrown it in the dirt.
Wright will square. David will go. And the throw. Hobson to center. David's going to hang on at second base. So that changes the equation as Scotland David scoots her way to second with nobody out.
Shows blind and then ends up stealing that throw, just not anywhere close to being where it needed to be. And Kenny Gajewski looked a little bit.
I think we just got an out call, man. I think Cameron Ellison, the first base umpire, just signaled an out. I wonder if David left the base too early.
Still at second base. Maybe call that she went, so it's going to be a strike call, so not left early.
That's what it was. Yeah, saw David with the fist extended. Kenny Gajewski was losing his mind. But it is going to be a stolen base and a strike. So 0-1 the count. And Wright will try to bunt again, and that is strike 2.
But again, to me, it looked like Kenny Gajewski was a little bit surprised that she went. This is going to be the strike call. She clearly pulls back, but Gajewski not in agreement with that.
See the pullback motion. So instead of 1-1, it's 0-2 to Wright. Will she square or swing? She'll foul one off. That is a foul ball, right? Thinking about going, but she did knock it. Still 0-2. Right held up. Ball 1.
It's a good take, but trying to go to the best pitch up in the zone with that rise ball, and Oklahoma State just continues to take it.
The 5th-year senior Alexander against the 5th-year senior Wright. A ground ball back to Odicci. David is hung up. Throw back to second. Jubis will chase her. David's going to go back to second. Now Wright is going to go to second behind her, so somebody's going to be at second base. James Madison continues the run down, and David is tagged out. Wright replaces David at second. And now Kenny Gajewski's telling David to stay at third. Was there out called? David goes back to third. Hold your horses. David is at third base. Looked like an out was granted, and now there is apparently no out called as the umpires are going to talk this over. Did David elude the tag?
No, it's going to be an obstruction call in the middle of that pickle there.
The dreaded obstruction rears its head for Lauren Laporte, and it's going to be second and third, nobody out.
And there's so much going on. We're going to have to see exactly where it was. But this is the entire time that this was happening. All I was thinking is they better be careful that there's not an obstruction call. Could have been it right there where there's contact. That player did not have possession of the ball. There's contact made. Was blocking the base path.
Let's bring on our rules expert, Christy Cornwell. Christy, what do you see here?
Amanda's got the right explanation on that. As the runner was caught in the pickle, there is contact made with someone who doesn't have the ball, so that is obstruction by rule.
Christy, I'm just delighted we have you here, particularly in this inning.
Well, thank you very much.
Well, thank you. 3-time World Series umpire Christy Cornwell. And a massive break for Oklahoma State. Second and third for Hobson with nobody out. And a strike taken. What more do you want to see in this 7th inning? Good grief. An 0-2 hit by a pitch to the helmet. A steal by the pinch runner. A controversial strike on a bunt. And now an obstruction. And it is Hobson with a check swing foul.
Go back to how that play started, though. A really heads-up play by Odicci Alexander, and a ball that was hit right back to her to think to go to third, to look the runner back. That could have been an exceptional play in this game and a big out, and instead just James Madison didn't have the luck and doesn't get the call.
Scoring there is a fielder's choice, an E6 on the obstruction by Jubis, allowing David to go to third. On 0-2, Hobson lifts one to left. Gordon in foul grounds got it, and David is going to stick at third on a shallow fly ball. One gone in the 7th.
It's one of the best case scenarios there if you're a JMU fan, if you're on defense. One of the other scenarios that would have been good, a strikeout in that situation, but that foul ball, that ball in the air was just not deep enough to score.
So it'll be Chelsea Alexander with one out. 1 for 2 today. It's driven in the only Oklahoma State run in the 5th. And she is a threat to lay down a bunt, too. First pitch swinging and strike 1. Only Oklahoma State hit with a runner in scoring position came from Alexander back in the 5th. A 2-out single to score Reagan Wright.
Pretty big shift going on with the outfield. Sullivan, the center fielder, playing well into the left center field gap, opening up center field and right center.
A bunt shown and ball one taken.
Got to be ready for anything here too. Maybe even a squeeze. Got speed up at the plate and a good bunter in Chelsea Alexander, who can put down a lot of bunts.
There it is. Alexander coming to the plate. And she got her.
This is one of the most unbelievable plays I have ever seen. You're thinking it too. If you're a pitcher, the squeeze might come. She feels it, doesn't even give the toss. She goes for the dive in the tag. What an unbelievable play by the senior, the athlete, the fighter.
They've been checking on her, Lauren Laporte and her staff, after the all-out head-first dive from Odicci Alexander. A play that, with one more out and the lead protected, will go down in the history of this university.
It's a game of inches here, Kevin. No matter you're in the postseason or regular season, the runner at third base just stumbled, hesitated a little bit. Could have been the difference between out and safe, but either way, this play is one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
From one of the coolest people we've ever met.
Look at how both of her arms go different ways. When she dives, she lands on her pitching arm. It goes underneath her, and her glove hand goes to her other side.
Remember yesterday in the 8th inning, there was a ground ball from Tiare Jennings that hit Alexander in the leg. JMU took a look at her, but there was no way she was coming out of the game. She got the final 2 outs after being hit in the leg. And you know she's going to do everything possible to get the final 1 out after the all-out effort to tag David at the plate. Chelsea Alexander took second behind her. Wright is the tying run at third, and the batter is Kylie Naomi, Oklahoma State's leadoff hitter.
Well, what you have to do now is compose yourself, catch your breath.
Strike one.
And we've said this before, Kevin, but Kylie Naomi has just been eerily quiet so far.
On the ground and foul. And James Madison is 1 strike away. No unseeded team has ever won the first 2 games at the World Series. But no other unseeded team has ever had Odicci Alexander. In the air, short center. Jubas is out. Gordon is in. Jubas has the ball, and the dance continues for James Madison. Odicci Alexander and the James Madison Dukes are staying in the winner's bracket. today, and the word Bedlam can now be defined with purple and gold colors.
Well, you know, Kevin, they've done it on the road the entire NCAA postseason. In Knoxville against Tennessee, in Columbia against Missouri, and then you're playing basically Oklahoma and Oklahoma State. Then this is in Oklahoma. It's like a home game for both of these teams. Everybody rooting against them. They believe in each other. They believe in Odicci Alexander and their fans and their coaching staff. And what a fight until the very end that this game turned out to be.
As cool as it gets, in and out of the circle. Lauren Laporte, not so cool, but she doesn't need to be. She's fired up, and Jalen is with Odicci.
Odicci, no unseeded team has ever gone 2-0 in the Women's College World Series, and you guys have done it in dramatic fashion. What was the feeling of this team today? How did you guys get here?
I mean, honestly, I didn't really have my best stuff today, but, you know, I made it work. The defense was awesome. I mean, they made some good plays, and, I mean, that's what you need as a pitcher, you know. You want to trust your teammates, so, I mean, I'm just so proud.
Walk me through that play that just happened at the plate, the second out of that last inning.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, I just saw her in, like, my peripheral, and, I mean, any way I could get her, I was going to get her. I didn't really have time to toss it to Lauren, so, I mean, just going for it.
What can you say about your fans that have been here this weekend to cheer you guys on? I got shirts up here, big heads.
I mean, I love it. I love the support, and I couldn't appreciate them more.
And of course, I'm not going to make you cry anymore, but I know you want to give your shout out to your grandparents at home, so go ahead and do that for them.
There you go, Pops. That was for you.
Congratulations, Odicci.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Our Capital One player of the game, who do you think? It's Odicci Alexander. Another complete game and another win over a top 5 team.
I feel like that play, that squeeze play, that dive by her is going to be just in our memories like the Jessie Warren diving play. We're going to remember that forever, and it's going to get played over and over again.
A moment for a lifetime. James Madison. James Madison is 1 win away from the championship series. Harrisonburg, Virginia's 1,215 miles from here, and it's never felt closer. The Dukes are in the winner's bracket. Oklahoma State's going to have to fight back tomorrow. Oh my gosh, we still have another game. Alabama, UCLA. What a night already. What a weekend as James Madison does in Oklahoma State 2-1.